My dear child, I speak to you with clarity and compassion. My highest desire is your well-being, spirit, soul, and body. I want you overflowing with joy, standing firm on the foundation of truth that I have set before you. The life I offer is not meant to be a constant struggle of despair. Rather, it is filled with new mercies each morning and fresh strength for every challenge. Yes, there are moments when sadness and pain arise, but you must know that I have already laid out a path of victory for you. My love is the key that unlocks each door of blessing. Trust my timing, trust my guidance, and know that all I have declared over you will come to pass as you cling to me with unwavering faith. My beloved, I see the yearnings of your heart. I know that sometimes you grow restless, looking ahead and wondering if my promises will truly be fulfilled. I assure you, nothing can thwart the plans I have carefully arranged for you. Even when darkness and chaos strive to dissuade you, my light shines all the brighter. The voice of fear may grow loud, but my voice of love is always more powerful. Hold on to that love like an anchor that steadies you. When you feel the waves of doubt crashing around you, remember my words. I am with you always, and I will never abandon you. My presence remains your unshakable fortress, surrounding you on every side. Let me remind you, child, that the obstacles you face do not define you. Yes, you have encountered betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak. Yes, you have had moments of weakness and uncertainty. But these moments do not shape your identity. Rather, they are opportunities to witness my restorative power. Every time you have stumbled, I have been there, extending my hand to raise you up. Even when you have been too overwhelmed to grasp it, I have not withdrawn my help. My deep compassion for you endures forever. In the trials, I refine you. In the suffering, I prove my faithfulness. In every season, I remain who I have always been, your loving creator, your faithful defender. You wonder if you can truly change. You question whether you will ever rise above the struggles that have persistently haunted your steps. Listen to me, child. The transformation you seek is not by your own might. It is through my Spirit, who breathes renewal into every hidden place. Surrender fully to me, offering every longing, every hurt, and every question into my hands. Let me work wonders within you that you never thought possible. No chain can remain unbroken where my power is welcomed. No stronghold can endure where my light shines. As you believe and yield to my will, you will discover that my promises are alive, reshaping your reality from the inside out. So often you feel you must battle through your troubles alone, but that was never my intention. I have spoken that you are part of my family, and in my family, we carry one another's burdens. You have a place in my house, a place of belonging, of purpose, and of rest. Do not isolate your heart out of fear or shame. Come into my presence, and also learn to connect with those I have placed in your life. I inspire others to speak comfort into your struggles and to reflect my love. Remain open, for I can minister to you in more ways than you might expect. I will send you companions of faith who will stand beside you in prayer, offering wise counsel and encouragement. Resist the urge to hide your pain. By stepping into the light of community and love, your burdens become lighter. My child, I want you to notice how much beauty still surrounds you. The enemy tries to draw your attention solely to what is lacking or broken. But look carefully at the blessings that still flourish in your life. You have reason to hope, reason to sing praises, even amidst your struggles. I have placed wonders in the world for you to behold, small reminders that I am ever present. Each sunrise testifies to my faithfulness. Each bird's song declares my creativity. Each friend's smile, each kind word, each moment of peace is a piece of my abundant grace. Shift your focus to these tokens of my goodness. Let gratitude bloom, replacing worry with trust. A thankful heart unlocks the doors of spiritual understanding. It expands your capacity to see my hand at work. You might ask, But Lord, how can I remain thankful when life feels so fragile and my strength is spent? My dear one, realize that in your weakness, my strength is displayed. When your resources run out, you have the perfect chance to lean on mine, which are limitless. In your frailty, my grace shines brightest. This is not to say I ignore your pain. On the contrary, I stand close to you, offering my own shoulder where you can lay your head and find rest. You do not have to strive to impress me or to meet impossible standards. I have always loved you, even in your brokenness. Offer your weakness to me as an act of faith, and watch how I pour my grace and power into every gap. What you see as an end is but the beginning of a new chapter in my hands. I, your God, long to see you flourish in your destiny. Do not fear if the path ahead looks uncertain. You do not journey by sight alone. You walk by faith in my promises. Look back at the many times I have proven myself. Have I ever left you defenseless? In every trial, I have been your shield. When the nights felt endless, I guided you until dawn broke anew. Yes, storms may arise, but they cannot overcome you while you stand on my word. I want you to grasp this reality. Your story is still unfolding, and I am the author who writes new pages of triumph. Keep your heart open to the ways I will astonish you with solutions you never thought possible. My child, there is a calling on your life. I fashioned you with certain gifts and passions that fit perfectly into my larger plan. Never diminish your importance in my eyes. The world may disregard you, or people may underestimate your potential, but I see your true identity. You are not here by random chance. You are here by divine design. I speak purpose and life over you. Within you resides a spark of my spirit, a force of love and goodness that can transform your surroundings. I want you to carry my light wherever you go, your workplace, your home, your community, letting people see the reality of my presence through your words and actions. Every act of kindness, every gentle prayer, every moment of selfless love proclaims my kingdom on earth. When you stumble or fall short of my ways, remember that I stand ready to forgive and restore you. You do not need to earn your way back to me. The moment your heart turns in repentance, my arms embrace you. Let go of guilt and condemnation. Those are heavy burdens you need not carry. I want you living in the freedom I purchased for you. Shame tries to anchor you to past mistakes, but my mercy severs those chains if you let me. I see you through eyes of love, not judgment. Yes, there is discipline for those whom I love, but that discipline is meant to bring growth, not despair. It is the refining touch of a father, guiding his child to maturity and righteousness. And child, speak life to yourself. The voice in your mind can sometimes be harsh and self-critical, replaying mistakes and magnifying your flaws. I urge you to replace those thoughts with the truth of who you are in me. You are redeemed, cherished, and guided. You are never without my help. If you find your mind clouded with harmful thoughts, turn to my word and declare my truths aloud. Let your own ears hear the good news of my unconditional love. Whenever negative voices try to drag you down, answer them with faith. Remind them that you are under my protection, that I have set you apart for a divine purpose. Through consistent practice, you will notice a shift in your thinking, and your heart will be fortified against attacks of discouragement. Rest assured that in times of crisis, I am not sleeping. Nothing that happens in your life escapes my notice. I know the end from the beginning, and I orchestrate events in ways that serve the ultimate good for those who trust me. Sometimes, the answers to your prayers may delay or arrive in forms you did not anticipate. Yet my wisdom surpasses your own. Have confidence that my timing, though different from yours, is perfect. I align circumstances, prepare hearts, and position resources so that when the moment arrives, my blessings come with clarity and purpose. Your role is to remain faithful, to continue hoping, praising, and believing, even when the path looks winding. Wait patiently, for my plans do not fail, and I never forget the promises I have made to you. You may be in a season of transition right now, doors closing, new ones not yet visible. Embrace this season as an opportunity to rely on me like never before. Transitional phases can feel uncomfortable, but they often precede fresh anointing and greater faith. When one chapter ends, it does not mean the story is over. The new chapter I'm opening might be more wonderful than anything you have experienced so far. Trust my hand as you step forward. I will hold you firmly, ensuring you do not fall into despair. Keep your spirit open, for I might guide you in unexpected directions. Stay attuned to my voice through prayer, quiet reflection, and a heart that remains open to my leading. My dear one, remember that I am the God of restoration. I mend relationships that appear irreparable. I calm storms that seem relentless. I make a way where none could be found. Never underestimate what I can do with a single prayer spoken from a sincere heart. Some believe that their situations are too complicated, too broken, or too far gone. But I remind you, nothing is impossible for me. I can rewrite entire narratives in an instant. I can resurrect hopes you believed were buried forever. I can bring healing where doctors had no answers. Dare to believe in my limitless capacity to intervene. Speak boldly to the mountains in your life, declaring that they must move in my name. Watch how even the biggest hurdles crumble when faced with faith anchored in me. Yet, in all of this, I urge you to practice patience and compassion, both for yourself and for those around you. Life is a journey of learning and growing. Not every answer emerges overnight, and not every broken place mends in a moment. You have many lessons to discover along the way, lessons about perseverance, empathy, humility, and gratitude. Let yourself grow day by day, soaking in the teaching I provide. When you stumble, do not let shame hinder your progress. Acknowledge the misstep, learn from it, and rise again by my strength. Extend the same grace to others. Be patient with their flaws, encouraging them rather than condemning. Love extravagantly, for love binds wounds more effectively than any rebuke could. Consider the seeds you plant daily through your words, your actions, and your thoughts. Every moment you are sowing into the lives of others, as well as into your own future. Speak blessings, not curses. Show kindness, not hostility. Cultivate peace, not discord. These seeds will yield a harvest in due season, far greater than you might imagine. When you sow in faith, you reap in abundance. Let your daily life be marked by gentleness, generosity, and moral courage. Though at times the world's negativity may tempt you to respond likewise, keep your eyes on me. Let my spirit guide you to respond in love. I promise that nothing done in sincere love is ever wasted. Even if you do not see immediate results, I see the hidden fruit that is growing beneath the surface. My child, do you feel alone, as though no one understands your pain or supports your dreams? I tell you, I am right beside you, and I have set my angels to watch over you. I know every tear you have shed. I have collected your tears as precious gems, each one carrying a story of resilience and hope. I hold you in my heart with affection that surpasses human comprehension. In times of loneliness, find solace in me. Speak to me as you would to a dear friend, confiding your fears and aspirations. Pause then to listen for my response, for I do speak. It might be through a whisper in your thoughts, or a sudden sense of peace, or even a confirmation through someone else's words of encouragement. Stay sensitive to these subtle forms of my communication. I meet you in ways that resonate with the unique way I created you. Indeed, I have orchestrated divine connections for you. There are people I will place in your path, mentors, confidants, companions, who will lift you up and share in your joys and sorrows. But also remember that I, your God, am always available. No scheduling needed, no barrier or distance can separate us. I am as near as your next breath. When life's burdens feel too heavy, lean on me without hesitation. I carry the universe. Certainly I can carry you. Let me remind you again that you do not have to figure everything out on your own. You are safe in my capable hands. Often you carry questions about your future. Where should I go? What should I do? Which choice is right? My counsel is freely given to those who ask in faith. When your heart aligns with my will, you will sense a guiding peace, even if the path seems less than obvious. My ways are higher, and sometimes your limited perspective might not grasp my grand design. In such seasons, trust becomes crucial. Trust that if I am truly for you, and I am, then my guidance will come at the right time. When you feel stuck, keep praising, keep praying, keep reading my word. Doors will open in ways you could not predict. If ever you find a door that stays closed, do not force it. Rather, seek the door I have prepared for you. My guidance never leads to confusion. It leads to the fulfillment of my purpose in your life. Listen closely, child. You have no need to live in fear of what might happen tomorrow. Anxiety steals your joy and obscures the blessings of today. Worrying about potential outcomes adds no value to your life. Instead, anchor your soul in my assurances. Remember the countless times I have already rescued you from peril, provided for your material needs, and lavished you with spiritual abundance. My care for you is not diminishing. It is steadfast. Let each breath you take be a reminder that you are sustained by my grace, moment by moment. Therefore, breathe in confidence and exhale anxiety. Let my peace guard your heart and mind as you trust in me continually. My mercy and forgiveness toward you are fresh every day. I understand that you have regrets, that your past might be tainted by choices you wish you could reverse. Give these regrets to me. Let me show you how I can create beauty from the remnants of your failures. The power of redemption is one of my greatest gifts. I turn your sorrow into a lesson, your mistakes into testimonies of my grace. Let your heart be unburdened from shame. Open the door for me to bring healing and release. You do not need to wear the label of your old ways any longer. Live as a new creation, shaped and guided by my Spirit. In this new life, you are called to freedom, joy, and holiness. Reflect also on the times you prayed for others, for their healing, for their safety, for them to encounter my truth. Know that I have heard every single petition. I am working in hearts you cannot see. I am orchestrating events behind the scenes. Sometimes, you might feel discouraged when the answers you hope for do not appear quickly. But do not stop praying. The seeds of intercession you plant will yield fruit in due time. You are partnering with me in acts of compassion, bringing down barriers that keep souls bound. Continue pouring out these prayers of love. Even when you see no results, rest assured that I am at work in ways your eyes cannot yet perceive. I also remind you to be kind to yourself, especially in seasons of stress and fatigue. You have a tendency to place unrealistic expectations on your shoulders, to measure your worth by your productivity or by how well you handle every challenge. Let me tell you, your worth comes from being my child, not from what you accomplish. You cannot earn my love. It is already poured out in immeasurable abundance. When exhaustion sets in, take time to rest. Even I, when creating the heavens and the earth, established a day of rest, illustrating the importance of pausing from work. Replenish your soul in my presence. Practice stillness, and allow my spirit to rejuvenate your energy and emotions. The journey is long, and you are not meant to sprint every step without pause. My beloved, let us talk about forgiveness, both offering it and receiving it. Holding grudges or bitterness in your heart only creates a prison of your own making. Unforgiveness can steal your peace, poison your thoughts, and hinder the flow of my blessings in your life. I know some offenses are deep, and the wounds left behind are painful. Yet I ask you to release them to me. Forgiving someone does not excuse the hurt they caused. Rather, it frees you from carrying the heavy burden of anger. Leave matters of justice and recompense in my hands. Likewise, learn to forgive yourself. If I, the God of all grace, have forgiven you, why should you keep punishing yourself? Embrace the grace I pour out and walk forward with your head held high in freedom. Do not underestimate the power of consistent fellowship with me. Through prayer, worship, and study of my word, your spirit grows strong. This is not a ritual void of meaning. It is a living connection with me. Many become stagnant because they neglect these sacred disciplines. They wander away from the safety of my presence, and soon, discouragement takes hold. Remain devoted to these times we share, where you can pour out your heart and then listen for my response. In the place of communion, I reveal new dimensions of my love for you. I impart wisdom, and I equip you for the spiritual battles you will face. Just as physical food sustains your body, communion with me sustains your soul. If you sense any darkness lurking around you, be it depression, despair, or temptation, do not hide it out of shame. Bring it into the light of my presence. Darkness loses its power when exposed. Be honest with me about how you feel. I am not disheartened by your struggles. On the contrary, I desire to shine my light into the very areas you find hardest to surrender. My light pierces the gloom, dispelling confusion and hopelessness. By opening your heart to me, you open yourself to a deliverance and peace the world cannot provide. The moment you say, "Lord, this is where I hurt," I respond with healing and comfort. My grace is sufficient, no matter how dark your night appears. Think of your future, my child. Sometimes you regard the future with dread, imagining worst-case scenarios. But I speak over you a future full of promise. Cast out the lies that suggest you are destined for failure or continuous sorrow. Believe instead that I have crafted for you a path of discovery, growth, and victory. Keep your eyes forward, not backward. Remember how I told my people in ages past to forget the former things, so they could perceive the new things springing forth. Embrace this newness. Let hope be your companion. Rejoice in the possibilities that tomorrow holds, for I will be there, guiding every step. Stand firm in faith even if you must stand alone at times. My son stood alone when many turned away, but he never lost sight of my calling. Do not be discouraged if some fail to understand your devotion to me. Walk steadily, with integrity, regardless of opposition or misunderstanding. Your faithfulness is a powerful testimony, one that can change hearts more effectively than any argument. Love those who do not yet comprehend my ways. Offer them kindness, patience, and steadfast grace. In so doing, you reflect my own heart, for I love unconditionally. I loved you before you even acknowledged me. Let that truth ground you in humility and compassion. Come closer to me each day. Dare to believe you can experience more of my presence, more of my guidance, more of my peace than ever before. Spiritual growth is not reserved for a few. It is my desire for all my children. If you will open your heart, I will pour out wisdom and revelation. As you draw nearer, I will show you insights into my word that ignite a fresh passion within you. You will find delight in prayer, for it will no longer feel like a monologue, but rather a conversation with the one who loves you immeasurably. Prepare to see your life transformed from the inside out as you cultivate this deep relationship with me. Remember the power of worship. When you lift your voice in songs of praise, you shift the atmosphere around you. Worship aligns your heart with mine, reminding you of my majesty and your dependence on me. Through worship, chains break, fears dissipate, and burdens become lighter. Do not reserve your worship for times when life is smooth. Even in the valley of trials, raise your voice to me. This confounds the enemy, for he expects you to remain silent in your struggles. Instead, let praise be your weapon. Let worship arise from the ashes of despair, and watch as my glory descends to bring comfort, deliverance, and renewed strength. My beloved, this path we walk together is a journey of faith, hope, and love. It is not always an easy path. You will still encounter thorns and thistles, disappointments and dangers, but I promise you will never face them alone. My grace is present in every season, be it sowing or reaping, mourning or dancing, valley or mountaintop. Cling to that grace and hold on to the knowledge that I am your shepherd, your refuge, your sanctuary. This life is but a breath compared to eternity, but it is precious because it shapes your eternal character. Walk with me and you will discover wonders no words can fully describe. Yes, my child, in my arms, you will find everything you need. Lean on my everlasting strength. Share your worries, your triumphs, your regrets, and your dreams. I am not a distant observer. I am your closest friend, your Lord, and your God. As you lay your head on my shoulder, let my heartbeat remind you that you are cherished. Let my voice soothe you when your thoughts are racing with anxiety. Let my power uplift you when circumstances press you down. Let my words of promise sustain you when you feel like giving up. Each day you have a choice to walk with me in trust or to carry your burdens alone. Choose me, for I am the one who can truly lighten your load. My precious one, I speak to you now about the blessings stored up for you. Some blessings manifest as spiritual breakthroughs, moments when a truth suddenly becomes real and sets you free from a bondage you did not even realize you had. Other blessings appear as relationships that nurture and refine you, or opportunities to serve and grow, or resources that arrive just when you need them. Occasionally, blessings come disguised as trials that shape your character, teaching perseverance and forging compassion within you. I work through every circumstance to bring about good for those who love me. When you look back at your life, you will see how each piece fits together in a pattern, revealing my constant care and purpose. Rejoice then in the present moment, no matter how ordinary it seems. Learn to notice my presence in the small details. A gentle breeze that refreshes you, a kind word from a stranger, a moment of stillness in which peace envelopes your heart. Each breath you take is a miracle in itself, a sign that I have not finished with you. Be present with me right where you are, trusting that you are in my hands. You do not need to race ahead. You do not need to retreat in fear. Simply walk, step by step, held by my guiding hand. Beloved child, fix your gaze not on what is temporary, but on what carries eternal significance. The material things of this world are fleeting. Wealth, status, and earthly security can vanish in an instant. But I remain, and my kingdom endures forever. Cultivate values that align with my heart: love, mercy, justice, purity, and compassion. Make these your treasures. When you invest in eternal virtues, your heart expands, and you become a shining witness of my nature on earth. I do not measure success by worldly standards. I measure it by the love you show, the faith you carry, and the hope you impart to others. Let me address your fears, for I see how worry sometimes consumes you, especially about the well-being of your family and loved ones. I assure you, they too are in my care. Continue to pray for them, and do not let anxiety overshadow your faith. Whether your loved ones are near or far, I see them, and my heart beats for them. In moments when you feel powerless to help them, recall that my strength knows no boundaries. Intercede on their behalf, and trust that my spirit can reach them wherever they are, softening hearts, correcting paths, and providing guidance. Through your prayers, you partner with me in accomplishing my will in their lives. My child, if at times you feel as though your faith is faltering, do not lose hope. Faith is not a static virtue. It is like a seed that must be nurtured. It grows through practice, through trials, and through experiences of my faithfulness. Even if your faith seems as small as a tiny seed, it holds enormous potential when placed in my hands. Continue to feed your spirit with truth. Immerse yourself in my words and surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you to grow. Over time, you will witness your faith blossoming, becoming robust and steadfast. Do not underestimate the power of small steps of obedience. Each act of trust draws you closer to the fullness I have planned. There may be times you feel tempted to compromise your values, to lower your standards in order to fit into the world around you. I urge you, do not compromise. Stand by the convictions I have placed within you. Though it might seem easier to blend in, remember that I have set you apart for a special purpose. You are called to shine in darkness, not to merge with it. When you remain true to who I created you to be, you honor me and open the way for my grace to work miracles. The world needs examples of integrity and love in action. By your steadfastness, many will be drawn toward the light, desiring to know the source of your hope. My beloved, I also want to remind you that part of living in my presence includes appreciating rest, laughter, and recreation. Some believe they must always be solemn or burdensome with responsibilities to please me. But understand, I delight in your joy. I am pleased when you take time to enjoy healthy forms of relaxation, to celebrate life with gratitude, and to connect with others in wholesome fellowship. The human body and mind need times of refreshment. Celebrate the beauty of creation, the laughter of children, the warmth of friendship. These moments, too, are gifts from my hand. As long as your heart remains centered on love and integrity, you can rejoice freely, knowing I delight in your genuine smiles. Keep watch over your words, my child. Words have great power. They can either build or destroy. Let your speech reflect my character. Speak encouragement, speak truth, speak kindness. Resist gossip, negativity, or rash judgments. If you stumble in speech, be quick to apologize and restore peace. Speak blessings over yourself and over others. Declare my promises over your life, naming victory even before you see it. Affirm your identity as my beloved child, created for good works and destined for eternal glory. Keep your tongue aligned with my heart, and you will witness a shift in your environment as your words bring light where there was darkness and hope where there was despair. When trials intensify or you face sudden adversity, cling to me more tightly. Do not let the difficulty cause your faith to waver. Instead, let it drive you deeper into prayer and dependence on me. The enemy may try to sow seeds of doubt, whispering that I have abandoned you. Counter this lie by recalling the countless instances of my faithfulness throughout history and in your own life. Though you walk through the valley, I am your guide. Though you face flames, I am your shield. Though storms roar, I command them to be still. I promise to be the calm in your chaos and the anchor in your tempest. Let your faith be unwavering, because it rests upon a God who cannot fail. At this moment, you might be carrying certain dreams, visions for your future that fill your heart with excitement. I placed many of those dreams within you for a reason. They align with my greater purposes. However, timing is crucial. Just as a fruit needs a season to ripen, your dreams need time and preparation. So, do not despise the process. Do not become frustrated if immediate results are not visible. Trust that I am equipping you with the skills, character, and maturity required to handle each blessing at the appointed time. Patience is not passive, it is active trust. While you wait, continue refining your gifts, growing in knowledge, and serving others. When the doors open, you will be ready to step forward in confidence. Often, you may wonder how your humble life can make a difference in a world so vast, with so many pressing needs. My dear child, never doubt the impact of a willing heart. I specialize in multiplying the smallest offerings to achieve great outcomes. Remember how one simple act of kindness can ripple outward, changing one life, which then influences another. You do not always see the chain reaction, but every deed done in my name holds eternal significance. Live your days with purposeful love, and you will shine as a beacon of hope. Whether you hold a prominent position or lead a quiet life, I can use you mightily. Availability and obedience matter far more to me than grand titles or resources. Place what you have in my hands, and I will show you wonders. My child, knowledge is good, but wisdom, rooted in a reverential trust of me, is priceless. Seek my wisdom daily through prayer and reflection on my word. You will face countless choices throughout life, and in each of them, I am ready to guide you. When you find yourself at a crossroads, pause and ask for my counsel. Do not rush, leaning on your own understanding. True wisdom often requires patience and a willingness to let my spirit illuminate the path. The wise choice might not be the most popular one, but if it aligns with my principles of righteousness and love, it is correct. If you lack wisdom, ask of me sincerely, and I will supply it abundantly. My beloved, it is also vital to care for your physical body, the vessel that carries your spirit. You cannot serve effectively if your body is neglected. While extreme vanity or obsession with appearances does not honor me, neither does ignoring your health. Eat well, rest sufficiently, exercise according to your ability. Treat your body as a gift from me, an instrument through which you fulfill my will on earth. Balance is key. I want you to be strong and capable, ready to answer my call whenever opportunities arise. Let me remind you that self-care is not selfishness. Rather, it is an act of stewardship over what I have entrusted to you. Reflect on your priorities, dear one. Where do you invest your time, your energy, and your resources? Are you storing treasures in places where they can be taken or destroyed, or are you building an everlasting heritage? Let compassion guide you in sharing both your blessings and your time with those in need. Small gestures can have eternal echoes: a listening ear, a generous hand, a comforting word. These matter greatly in my kingdom. Whenever you serve the least of my children, you serve me. By aligning your priorities with my heart, you will find a deeper fulfillment that nothing else can replicate. Child, be mindful that at times the battles you face are not merely physical or emotional, but also spiritual. You have an enemy who opposes your growth in faith and your closeness to me. That enemy often seeks to sow division, doubts, and temptation. Yet, do not be afraid, for I have equipped you with spiritual armor: truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and the power of my word. Clothe yourself in these daily. Pray with perseverance, not allowing discouragement to creep in. Stand firm, knowing that the battle ultimately belongs to me, and I have already secured victory. When you feel overwhelmed, call upon my name. My spirit will strengthen you to stand, even when you feel the ground shaking beneath you. Consider how precious unity is among my children. I long to see my people joined together in love and humility. Sadly, discord and division can creep in due to pride, misunderstanding, or offense. Make it your mission to be a peacemaker, to build bridges where others tear them down. Embrace humility, recognizing that you do not possess all knowledge or the perfect viewpoint. Aim to listen as much as you speak. When disagreements arise, approach them with kindness, seeking resolution rather than triumph. By pursuing harmony, you fulfill my desire for a body of believers working together in mutual support. Unity reflects my own nature, Father, Son, and Spirit, in perpetual oneness. My dear one, another area that weighs on many hearts is the need for material provision. I see your concerns about finances, about bills, rent, food, and care for those you love. I know you sometimes worry if you will have enough. Hear my promise. I am the one who provides for you. My resources know no limit. As you honor me, as you walk in integrity and stewardship, I will open doors of blessing. That does not mean you will never experience challenges, but it means you will never face them alone. I will grant you wisdom to handle money well, opportunities to earn an honest living, and a giving spirit that reflects my generosity. Do not let fear drive your financial decisions. Let trust in my faithfulness guide you. I will meet your needs according to my riches and goodness. In times when confusion tries to overwhelm your sense of direction, remember that I am not the author of confusion but of peace. Step back, breathe, and call on me. Ask me to clear the fog in your mind. Listen for my voice in the stillness. If you find yourself rushing frantically, slow down, rest. Let my peace settle over you before you make any major decisions. Sometimes, I will lead you to wait when your impulses demand immediate action. Other times, I will nudge you to move when your fear wants to keep you still. Practice discernment by remaining close to me, reading my word, and surrounding yourself with wise counsel. I want you to celebrate each victory, no matter how small it seems. Sometimes you are waiting for an enormous breakthrough, overlooking the daily increments of progress I grant. Rejoice each time you see me answer a prayer, each time a small door opens, each time a relationship improves, just a little. These small steps pave the road to larger triumphs. A grateful heart during small victories fosters a spirit ready to receive even greater blessings. Life is a tapestry of moments, each moment woven with intention. Learn to celebrate and find joy in the details, for they collectively form the grand design of my ongoing work in your life. Know that I am the God of second chances, third chances, and countless more. There is no limit to my willingness to forgive and restore when a heart is truly repentant. I do not hold your past mistakes against you as a weapon. I am always ready to welcome you back, place a ring on your finger, and clothe you with my righteousness. If you wander, return quickly. My arms remain outstretched. You are never too broken to be mended. You are never too far gone to be called home. This is the essence of my grace, a gift you cannot earn, but one you can receive with open hands. Child, there are days your spirit might feel dry, as though your prayers reach no higher than the ceiling. Do not lose hope in these desert moments. I sometimes allow you to walk through spiritual dryness to deepen your longing for me. Keep praying. Keep reading my word. Keep worshiping, even when you feel nothing. Your commitment in these dry seasons is precious to me. You learn perseverance and devotion beyond emotions. Know that the rains will come again, refreshing your soul, and you will appreciate my presence with renewed gratitude. In the wilderness, you discover that faith is more than feelings. It is a steadfast choice to trust in my character and promises. My beloved, resist comparing yourself to others. Each person's journey is unique, and each calling is specifically tailored by my hand. Comparison can breed envy, pride, or discontent. Instead of measuring your worth against someone else's successes or struggles, look to me. Ask me, who have you designed me to be? Then pursue that identity with all your heart. If you see someone else excelling, celebrate them, knowing I have a specific path for you as well. If you see someone else struggling, show compassion, for you have also faced trials. Unity is enhanced when you recognize that all my children are works in progress, each shaped by my patient love. Beware, too, of the subtle lure of pride, the idea that you can handle life independently of me, or that your talents are sufficient without my direction. Pride separates you from the fullness of my grace. It closes the door to wisdom and blinds you to your need for others. Instead, clothe yourself with humility, acknowledging your dependence on me for every breath. Humility is not about belittling yourself. It is about correctly understanding your place in my kingdom as both a cherished child and a servant. Seek to exalt my name, not your own. Let your achievements point others toward my goodness. In your humility, you reflect the example my son set, serving rather than demanding to be served. Precious one, remain alert and watchful. Temptation often appears enticing, The enemy knows your weaknesses and will try to lure you away from my path by stirring unhealthy desires or offering shortcuts to success. Stand firm. When temptation knocks, answer with my word, just as my son did in the wilderness. Remind yourself of the greater joy found in obedience. Sin promises momentary pleasure, but leads to emptiness and regret. Rely on my Spirit to empower you to resist. Fill your heart with my truth, so there is little room for deception. If you stumble, run back to me swiftly. Let me wash you clean and set you upright again. My child, if you are dealing with grief or loss, know that I am intimately acquainted with your sorrow. I have felt anguish beyond measure, so I fully understand the depths of human pain. I do not trivialize your tears. Each one is significant to me. I invite you to let me carry you in your season of mourning. Healing from deep loss is not immediate, nor does it follow a predictable timeline. You will have good days and hard days. Throughout it all, my arms remain steady. There is no shame in weeping or grieving. Lean on me for comfort. With time, I will bring you to a place where memories no longer sting with despair, but glow with warmth. You will see that I can bring purpose even from heartbreak. Let me also speak into your moments of joy. When you laugh with loved ones, succeed in a new endeavor, or celebrate a major milestone, I rejoice with you. I am not a distant observer. I revel in your happiness. These joyful seasons are gifts I've placed on your path as reminders that life is also made of delight and wonder. Embrace them fully, offering praise back to me. Share your joy generously, inviting others to partake in the blessings I've bestowed on you. Multiply your happiness by using it as a channel of kindness and generosity. Let your gratitude be expressed in acts of service, in uplifting words, and in radiant smiles that mirror my own delight in you. My beloved, guard your heart diligently. The heart is the wellspring of life, so be cautious about what you let inside. Media, conversations, and influences that stir negativity or impure desires can lead you astray. Instead, focus on what uplifts, what encourages, what aligns with my truth. Daily, choose to dwell on thoughts that are lovely, excellent, and praiseworthy. Fill your mind with the promises in my word. These choices, though they might seem small, compound over time to shape your character and your destiny. If ever you feel your heart growing cold or hardened, bring that concern to me. Ask me to soften it once again with my love. I also remind you of the power of confession. When you have sinned, or when bitterness creeps in, speak it openly to me and, when appropriate, to a trustworthy individual who can pray with you. Secrets hidden in darkness gain strength. Confession brings those secrets into the light, where they lose their grip. In your transparency, healing begins. You do not have to carry guilt in silence. I have established a way for you to be cleansed, to walk in freedom. Do not fear condemnation, for I offer restoration. The very act of admitting weakness is a step towards spiritual growth, demonstrating humility and inviting my grace to flood your life. Rest in my sovereignty. Human minds cannot fully comprehend how I manage the vast tapestry of creation. You see events in fragments, but I see the grand design from beginning to end. Trust that I am weaving every thread of your life with loving skill. Some threads may seem dark or unnecessary, but they have a place in the overall pattern. At times, you will only understand certain hardships when you look back, realizing how they birthed wisdom and compassion in you. The journey is not random. I direct your steps with precision. Even your detours, when surrendered to me, can become part of the beauty I am forming. Lift your eyes higher, dear child. So often you focus on what is directly before you: bills to pay, tasks to complete, relationships to maintain. Yes, these are important, but do not forget to gaze upon my majesty. Observe the splendor of the skies, the miracle of life, the countless stars that declare my glory. Let yourself be awed by my endless creativity. Such wonder will refresh your soul, reminding you that I am immeasurably bigger than your problems. When you worship, you step into a realm where the cares of this world pale in comparison to my infinite power and love. This perspective emboldens your faith and rekindles your passion for me. And so, my beloved, I urge you once more, hold fast to my promises. They are not empty. They hold the same power that spoke galaxies into being. Let my words anchor your soul in calm assurance. Speak them over your life, your family, your future. Meditate on them day and night, letting them sink into the very marrow of your being. As you do, watch how hope emerges where fear once dwelled. Observe how joy replaces sorrow, how faith overcomes doubt. You will find yourself walking in a renewed sense of purpose, steadily fueled by divine power rather than human efforts alone. In closing, I want you to feel my nearness. Even as you read these words, I am with you, whispering them into your heart. You might sense a gentle warmth, a soft stirring, or a comforting presence. That is my spirit, reassuring you of my reality. You do not have to reach for me in desperation, for I am already near, closer than your own breath. Take courage. Take hope. The journey ahead may have twists and turns, but you are never without my guiding hand. I go before you, I stand behind you, and I dwell within you. My love is a shield around your life. My cherished child, trust me fully, love me wholeheartedly, and walk each day in the grace I supply. Let all fear dissolve, for perfect love casts out fear. Let all shame vanish, for I have covered you in mercy. Let every wound be healed, for I am the balm that restores. Lift your eyes and see. I am making all things new. Believe in my power. Embrace my affection for you. Open your hands to receive everything I have in store. You are my delight, my treasure, and my creation, chosen to display my love in a world that hungers for it. Continue forward, step by step, hour by hour, guided by my voice and sheltered in my faithfulness. Speak with me often throughout your day. Share your joys and concerns, your questions and hopes. Listen in the stillness for my gentle reply. I will never tire of hearing your voice. It is precious to me. The more you invite me into each moment, the more your life overflows with meaning and peace. Trust in the daily unfolding of my plan, and remember, I do not delay without purpose. Even in the waiting, I prepare you for greater blessings and deeper communion with me. No matter what arises, whether triumph or trial, stay rooted in my love. It is the wellspring of your identity. When others question or criticize, you can stand firmly, knowing who you are, my beloved. When anxieties roar, you can speak back to them, reminding them of who holds your future. When doubts whisper, recall my faithfulness through countless ages. My love is not fragile. It endures every storm. It is your constant, your reference point, your safe harbor. Remember this love whenever you feel lost or forsaken. Hold it close like a cherished treasure, for indeed it is. I bless you, my child, with the fullness of my presence. Receive my encouragement, my peace, my joy that transcends circumstances. Let the words I have spoken settle into your heart, taking root and producing a mighty harvest of faith. Reflect often on these words so that despair finds no foothold and hopelessness is vanquished. You are covered by my grace, sealed by my promise, and enveloped in my never-ending affection. Go forth without fear. Spread the message of hope you have received. Shine your light in the darkness with confidence, for I, the Lord your God, am with you always. And now let me add further depth to everything I have been speaking. You see, my plans for you stretch far beyond what you can currently see or comprehend. I want you to embrace a mindset of expectancy, looking forward to my miraculous interventions, anticipating the ways I will provide and protect, believing that I will redeem every painful experience you have endured. Life on earth is an ongoing journey, marked by seasons of sowing and reaping, of waiting and rejoicing. Do not be discouraged if certain prayers remain unanswered for a while. Remember the principle of the seed. It is planted in darkness, out of sight, but in time, it pushes through the soil to reveal new life. Your prayers and acts of faith are like seeds. They will, at the proper moment, manifest the harvest I have promised. Let me also encourage you to approach each day with a heart that is eager to learn. Throughout your life, there will be circumstances that test your patience, humility, or perseverance. Rather than resist them, see them as opportunities to grow in holiness. Adversity can refine character in ways comfort never could. Be open to my lessons, even if they arrive in unexpected packages. Sometimes, a delay can teach you trust, a failure can teach you resilience, and a disappointment can teach you compassion. If you remain humble and pliable in my hands, every event, whether joyful or heartbreaking, can be used to develop Christ-like maturity within you. My beloved, you may wonder how my voice intersects with the countless voices speaking to you daily. Many opinions, messages, and influences strive to shape your decisions and identity. Amid this cacophony, I ask you to cultivate discernment. Learn to identify my voice through regular fellowship with me. My voice carries peace, not confusion, truth, not deceit, love, not condemnation. When you suspect a thought or impression might be from me, compare it with my word. I will never contradict what is already written. Seek wise counsel from those who are mature in faith. Over time, your spiritual senses will sharpen, allowing you to recognize my prompting and guidance with increasing clarity. Another essential aspect is learning to rejoice in every season, not because every situation is good, but because I can bring good out of every situation. Rejoice in tribulation, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, which in turn fosters character, leading to hope. A hope that does not disappoint because it is grounded in my faithful nature. Rejoice in victory, giving credit to me as the one who enabled you to triumph. Rejoice in ordinary days, acknowledging that my sustaining hand is present even in routine tasks. This continuous attitude of rejoicing shapes your outlook, preventing bitterness and cynicism from taking root. Where joy thrives, discouragement withers. My child, also recognize the critical importance of building your life on sound doctrine. Do not be swayed by misleading teachings or shallow philosophies that promise quick fixes or material prosperity without true spiritual depth. Seek a balanced understanding of my word, one that encompasses grace and truth, love and holiness, compassion and righteousness. Surround yourself with mentors who are faithful to my message. Engage in study, reflection, and prayer, allowing my Spirit to illuminate Scripture. In so doing, you will stand firm against falsehood and remain steadfast when the storms of life challenge your foundation. I see the longing in your heart to accomplish meaningful work during your time on earth. You desire purpose, a sense that your life counts for something beyond mere survival. I place that longing there. Each person has unique gifts and passions. As you dedicate them to my service, you will discover a fulfillment that material pursuits cannot replicate. Whether your work is within the home, the marketplace, the community, or the ministry, invite me into it. Let your labor be an act of worship, reflecting integrity, diligence, and love. Through your hands, I can bring healing, comfort, and hope to those around you. No task done in love is insignificant to me. My dear one, if you find yourself facing major decisions, be it marriage, career shifts, relocations, or any pivotal change, do not rush. Commit your plans to me in prayer. Be patient, waiting for my peace that surpasses ordinary understanding. I may direct you through open doors, inner convictions, wise advice, or even closed doors that redirect you. When you trust me, you do not need to force outcomes. Sometimes, What appears to be a denial is merely a delay or a divine redirection. Rest in the assurance that I see the big picture. If you place me at the center of your plans, I will guide you onto the right path, and your steps will be established by my hand. At times, you might wrestle with the question of your identity. You live in a world that often labels people by external factors, achievements, appearance, social standing. Yet I define you by a deeper truth. You are mine. You are my precious creation, formed in love and redeemed at a great cost. I see beyond the surface to the heart, the core of who you are. Let me shape your self-image. When negative labels or hurtful judgments try to cling to you, reject them in the light of my affirmation. You are not defined by failures or circumstances. You are defined by my unfailing love. By embracing your identity in me, you can walk with confidence no matter what others say or think. Know, too, that I call you to holiness. Holiness is not a cold list of rules. It is an invitation to reflect my nature in every aspect of your life. It is the joyful pursuit of purity, compassion, and godliness. Holiness is fueled by love for me, a love that desires to avoid anything that grieves my heart. As you grow closer to me, sin loses its appeal, and you find true satisfaction in righteousness. You cannot achieve holiness by your own strength. It is my Spirit working within you, transforming your desires, helping you resist temptations, and aligning your will with mine. Embrace holiness not as a burden, but as a sacred privilege of belonging to me. My beloved, keep your heart open to the miraculous. Do not assume that miracles are a thing of the past. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I still heal bodies, mend relationships, and restore what was lost. I can still calm storms, multiply resources, and bring the dead back to life in both literal and metaphorical ways. Approach each day with the expectancy that I can work wonders. Pray for them without doubting, yet remember to trust my sovereignty in how and when they manifest. Whether in dramatic events or subtle everyday occurrences, my hand is capable of moving mountains. Let your faith be bold enough to ask and humble enough to yield to my will. Remember that prayer is not just asking, it is also listening. I have so much to share with you, thoughts, wisdom, comfort, and direction. After you present your requests, pause in stillness. Gently quiet your mind, allowing my Spirit to whisper to your heart. That soft prompting, that sudden clarity, that gentle conviction, these can be my responses. Be sensitive to these nudges, for they guide you in ways logic alone cannot. Keep a journal if it helps, recording the impressions you believe come from me. Over time, you will discern which thoughts align with my heart. In this dialogue, you grow in intimacy, learning to recognize my voice with increasing confidence. Let me also speak about the value of humility in leadership. Some I have called to lead, whether in families, workplaces, or communities. Leadership is not about lording power over others. It is about serving them with compassion and integrity. Look at my son, who knelt to wash his disciples' feet. That is the model of leadership I endorse. A servant's heart fueled by genuine love is the most powerful form of influence. When you lead, do so with fairness, empathy, and accountability. Use your authority to protect the vulnerable, to encourage growth, and to model my values. In doing so, your leadership becomes a channel for my grace, and those under your care will flourish. My child, you may sometimes experience a holy discontent, a stirring in your soul that there must be more to life than the routine. That discontent is my invitation to go deeper. It is my prompting for you to seek greater intimacy with me, to explore the gifts I've placed within you, and to engage more fully with the needs of the world. Do not silence that restlessness with shallow pursuits. Instead, bring it to me, saying, Lord, show me the next step of obedience. With each step you take in faith, you will find your perspective enlarging, your spirit awakening, and your life taking on new dimensions of purpose. I see also the dreams you once held dear, but have shelved due to disappointments or defeats. Let me reignite them if they align with my will. Dust off those visions and present them to me anew, asking, "Is this still part of your plan?" If it is, I will breathe fresh life into them, guiding you in how to proceed. If it is not, I will give you peace to release them. Either way, disappointment does not have the final say. I do. Your dreams, when submitted to me, become part of a grand mosaic of my design for your life, a design that includes your growth, your joy, and your testimony to others. Every day offers a choice: to trust in self or to trust in me. Dependence on self eventually leads to frustration and exhaustion. Dependence on me leads to peace and supernatural strength. My spirit lives within you as a counselor, comforter, and guide. When you let him lead, you tap into wisdom beyond human capacity. You find solutions you never considered, and courage that surpasses your natural limitations. Embrace the Holy Spirit's role in your life. Nurture this relationship through continual surrender. Invite my spirit to fill your thoughts, shape your reactions, and influence your decisions. You will discover that a spirit-led life is not only fulfilling but profoundly transformative. My dear child, if you have sinned, do not hide in shame. Remember, my posture toward the repentant is always one of grace. Turn away from the sin that ensnares you and come to me. Speak honestly about your failings and open your heart to my cleansing work. No condemnation awaits you here, only loving correction and restoration. Through true repentance, you can walk forward free from guilt, free from the shackles that once held you captive. My mercy is far-reaching, and my arms are open wide. Let the past remain in the past and walk in the glorious liberty I provide. Sometimes you feel burdened by the complexity of human relationships, conflicts, misunderstandings, broken trust. I understand these pains. Remember that my desire is for reconciliation. Approach strained relationships with humility and a willingness to forgive. Ask me to heal what was torn and to rebuild what was lost. Restoration might not happen instantly. It requires patience, humility, and openness from both sides. Nevertheless, do your part to extend grace. Where harmony is not possible, at least free yourself from resentment. Bless those who have wronged you and commit them to my care. You will find that releasing anger frees your heart to experience peace once again. My beloved, be assured that I am equipping you daily for the tasks ahead. You may think you lack the skills, courage, or resources to fulfill my calling, but I will not lead you where my grace cannot sustain you. Look at the heroes of faith in Scripture. They were ordinary people who accomplished extraordinary feats through my power. Likewise, my spirit in you is greater than any limitation you perceive in yourself. Do not measure your potential by your own ability. Measure it by my promise to work through you. Take each step with confidence, trusting that I will supply wisdom and strength precisely when needed. I also want you to experience the profound reality of my joy. Joy is not mere happiness dependent on favorable outcomes. It is a deep-rooted confidence that I am good and that I rule over every circumstance. When trials come, this joy remains, shining as a beacon of hope. It is possible to grieve and still possess my joy, for joy is anchored in my faithfulness rather than fleeting pleasures. To cultivate this joy, draw near to me, spend time in my presence, worship with all your heart, and reflect on the many reasons you have to be thankful. You will find that my joy becomes your strength, an unwavering buoy in the stormy seas of life. You are never alone in your struggles. Even if the world misunderstands you, even if friends desert you, I am with you through every season. My presence can fill any loneliness, any void. Call on me in the midnight hour. Let my love wrap around you like a warm blanket. chasing away the chill of isolation. I know every detail of your pain, but I also see beyond it to the blessing I have in store. Walk with me, step by step, as I unravel solutions and open new doors of companionship, purpose, and healing. Let your life be a living testimony of hope. When people see you enduring trials yet remaining steadfast in faith, they will inquire about the source of your strength. Be ready to answer with gentleness and respect, pointing them to me, the anchor of your soul. The world craves genuine hope, and you, my child, carry within you the greatest hope of all. Let your actions, words, and attitude radiate that hope, showing others that despair is not inevitable. Through your life's story, both the successes and failures, I will reveal my mercy to those who are watching. Finally, dear one, meditate on the inheritance you have as my child. Your earthly existence, though important, is just a part of your eternal journey. I have prepared a place for you in my kingdom. Let this eternal perspective guide your choices, calm your fears, and embolden your purpose. Life on earth is fleeting, but what you do here can echo into eternity if done in love and obedience to me. Allow the assurance of eternal life to put trials in perspective. Even the hardest struggles are temporary compared to the glory to come. Let this reality fill you with an unshakable courage and a joy that no circumstance can steal. You are my treasure, a beacon of my love, a testament of my grace, and an heir to an everlasting kingdom. Walk in the confidence of that truth. If weariness tries to overtake you, remember my spirit renews you daily. If darkness tries to blind you, recall that I am your guiding light. If defeat whispers in your ear, rise up in faith, knowing you were created to overcome through my power. Let your life sing a continual hallelujah, a praise that transcends words and resonates in the deepest corners of your soul. Even now, I am pouring my peace into your heart, inviting you to rest in my presence. Place your cares and concerns before me, for I am fully capable of handling them. Breathe in my love and exhale your stress. If tomorrow brings challenges, meet them with the faith that I have implanted in you. If sorrow lingers, trust that I will comfort and restore. If doubt tempts you, cling tighter to my promises. Over and over I say, you will be all right, for I hold you in the palm of my hand. Beloved, I cannot emphasize enough how fiercely I love you. Every breath you take, every step you walk, I am there. My thoughts toward you are countless, more numerous than grains of sand. I think of you with affection, with delight, with eternal commitment. This love is never based on your performance. It simply is, like a powerful river flowing from my heart. Accept it, live in it, and let it transform every corner of your being. And when you have soaked in this love, let it overflow to those around you. Be my vessel, carrying compassion to the hurting, patience to the difficult, and understanding to the confused. In doing so, you reflect my character and contribute to my healing work in the world. You are not just a recipient of grace. You are a channel through which my grace flows, whether through a kind gesture, a genuine smile, or a sacrificial act. You can spread the fragrance of my love in places where it's most needed. At the end of each day, come back to me with your stories, your joys and trials, and lay them at my feet. Let me wash away any residue of stress or worry. Let me replenish your energy and fill your sleep with peace. Rise each morning with a heart eager for fellowship with me, confident that new mercies are waiting. My child, I never grow tired of your presence. In fact, I long for these moments of closeness, for they remind you who you truly are. Mine. I speak also to any guilt you may harbor about not always feeling grateful or content. I see your humanity. I know you will have seasons when disappointment clouds your perspective. Even so, I encourage you to press forward, cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Continue offering praise, continue seeking my face, Feelings are fickle, but truth remains. Soon the clouds will part, and you will see with greater clarity how I have been orchestrating every detail for good. Thank you for listening to these words, for allowing my love to soak into the depths of your heart. I am planting seeds of hope, courage, and perseverance within you. Nurture them through prayer, study, and godly fellowship. Give them space to grow by removing toxins such as bitterness, envy, and fear. As these seeds mature, they will yield a harvest of righteousness and peace. You will carry my light into dark corners, bringing hope where despair once ruled. Be ever mindful that you are dearly loved, chosen before the foundations of the world, and destined for my glory. No matter what yesterday looked like, today is a gift, brimming with possibilities for renewal. Receive each day as a sacred opportunity to honor me, to love others, and to experience life in all its fullness. Trust my heart, which beats for you with relentless affection. Rest in my grace, which covers all your frailties. Rejoice in my power, which accomplishes what you cannot. As you go forth, know that my blessing rests upon you. I release you from fear into freedom, from sorrow into joy, from uncertainty into quiet confidence in my unchanging nature. Walk with your head lifted, for you are no longer bound by shame or doubt. You are an heir to promises that cannot fail. Let my spirit guide each decision. Let my word shape each thought. Let my love fill each action. I am your everlasting Father, your faithful companion, and I will remain with you every second of your earthly journey and beyond. Be at peace now, my beloved. Take these words deep into your spirit. They are my gift to you, a reminder of my unwavering commitment to your well-being. I cherish you more profoundly than human language can convey. Stand tall, breathe freely, and step forward in faith. You are enveloped by my presence, forever in my care, forever in my heart. I am the Lord your God, and I say to you now and always, you are safe, you are loved, and you will forever be mine. Amen.